from the Civic Center in downtown St. Paul, WCCO Television Sports presents Hockey 84, the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Number 1 ranked Hibbing bowed to Edina yesterday, but the Blue Jackets hope to take the third-place trophy home. Standing in their way is a strong St. Paul Johnson club. Coming up, 2 scoring machines face off for the third-place title.
Brought to you by the $3 billion savings and banking leader, Twin City Federal, serving you from 55 offices throughout Minnesota. By Republic Airlines. Nobody serves our Republic like Republic. By Dodge and your local Viking Land Dodge dealer, where an American revolution is happening now. And by Merrill Lynch Realty Burnett, Minnesota's #1 home seller.
Welcome back to the St. Paul Civic Center. After all that excitement in the first game, we got another great opportunity to watch 2 high-scoring teams for the championship of the third-place game. It'll be Hibbing Senior High School. They have been ranked #1 for most of the year, playing against another team that have been ranked #1 for a good part of the year. That's St. Paul Johnson. And, Ralph, I think these 2 teams certainly have the potential of scoring as many goals as we saw in that first game today.
No question about it. Like St. Paul Johnson, for instance, has Dewey Walden, over 50 goals. Jim Howe, 35-plus goals on the season. They can put the puck in the net. Same with Hibbing.
So hang on to your hats, folks. I think we can see another wild scoring game between Hibbing and St. Paul Johnson. Live from the St. Paul Civic Center, this is continuing action of the State High School Hockey Tournament.
It's the FM station I've always wanted, and it's finally here.
W Light 103 FM, the Twin Cities Light Rock.
And at work, we turn on W Light. They play my favorite songs. There's 30-minute music sets every hour, no games, and hardly any interruptions.
It's a station we all agree on.
W Light 103 FM. All day, all night. W Light 103 FM, the Twin Cities Light Rock.
Today, finding the home of your dreams can awaken you to a world of realities. A clear view of value and financing demands a new breed of real estate professional. With sensitivity and certainty, Merrill Lynch Realty provides careful guidance to complement the sophistication of this changing market. So now, when a tradition of integrity and financial awareness are so appropriate, talk to the people at Merrill Lynch Realty and see why we are the Merrill Lynch of realtors.
We decided it was finally time for a new family car. You know, reliable, roomy, but also good on gas. And we wanted it to have style, too. So we shopped around. And you know something? The car that really did it for both of us was the Dodge Aries K, right down at our Dodge dealer. It's got room for 6, front-wheel drive, and it looks terrific. We also got the exclusive Chrysler Corporation 550 protection plan. I think we finally found a car we both could love. The Dodge Aries K at your Viking Land Dodge dealer.
All right, we're just about set for the opening face-off for third place. Hibbing against St. Paul Johnson. Let's throw it up to the booth, Mark, and bring in Paul Brown and Doug Wu.
Thank you, Ralph. And both teams have won third place in the high school hockey tournament in 1970, the only meeting between the 2 schools. Hibbing won over St. Paul Johnson 4-1. Let's go downstairs now for the introduction of today's starting lineups.
Hibbing, the home team. And now let's meet the entire roster of both of these teams in this third place game. First, let's meet the champions of Section 4, the visitors, the St. Paul Johnson Governors. Number 1, goalie Tim DeRose. Number 2, defenseman Jeff Potter. Number 3, defenseman Todd Bardison. Number 4, defenseman Don Berthium. Number 6, defenseman Steve Gaylor. Number 7, Playing center this afternoon, Rick Larson. Number 8, wing Bill Fish. Number 9, wing Tom Wallach. Number 10, center Jim Howe. Number 11, center Greg Olander. Number 12, wing Dewey Wallen. Number 14, wing Chris Boxmeyer. Number 15, center Jim Shermack. Number 17, defenseman Paul Petrus. Number 18, wing Tom Fox. Number 19, wing Mitch Converse. Number 21, wing Tom Leibel. Number 22, wing Herb Harvey. Number 23, playing defense this afternoon, Pat Barrett. And number 35, goalie Dave Dembowski. The St. Paul Johnson head coach is Rod Magnuson. And now let's meet the champions of Section 7, the home team, the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Wearing this afternoon number 0, goalie John Hajduk. Number 2, defenseman Tom Hansen. Number 3, center Antonio Catani. Number 4, center Pat Iozzo. Number 5, defenseman Mike Vidmar. Number 6, wing John Zezel. Number 7, wing Nick Andrikin. Number 8, wing Jeff Clauju. Number 9, wing Pat Gozich. Number 10, defenseman Richie Bryant. Number 11, defenseman Sean Gostad. Number 12, defenseman Jerry Kristoff. Number 13, wing Bo Nikoloff. Number 14, wing Pat Marolt. Number 15, center Kelly Esty. A change of persons rather for number 16. Wearing that number this afternoon will be Paul Girardi, spelled G-H-E-R-A-R-D-I. G-H-E-R-A-R-D-I. Number 16, Paul Girardi. Number 17, wing Mike Grillo. Number 18, center Mark Kasner. Number 19, wing John Schwartz. Number 30, goalie Tim O'Hara. And the Hibbing hockey coach, Bill Olson. The officials for this afternoon's game are Greg Shepard and Richard Lick. The starting lineups for Johnson and goal number
Doug,
1.
as far as St. Paul Johnson is concerned, they lost a very emotional game late last night. But young people are resilient, and they're battling for third place in a state tournament. They could win it for the 4th time. Meanwhile, Hibbing had been ranked number 1 at AP and UPI throughout much of the year. They've only lost 2 games out of 22-2-1 record. That's very impressive. I wouldn't think he'd have any problems getting these teams motivated here today.
Well, both of them, without any disrespect for lunch bucket people, they certainly are lunch bucket types. They'll come to work. They'll play very hard. I think the interesting part of this game, Paul, becomes both of them move, interchange lanes. I was really impressed with Johnson last night, even though they lost. They made really nice plays coming into the zone at the offensive zone. Hibbing has the same capacities with a couple of lines that move. So I think it's going to be a fine game. And I like the consolation when it just preceded this particular game. It was exciting. People were playing. It's their last time out. I think we'll find it to be a real entertaining game with lots of passing, lots of moving.
And DeRose will be in goal for St. Paul Johnson, and Hyduke will be the goaltender for the Hibbing Blue Jackets.
They announced that Rick Larson's going to play center. And I'm just going to take a flyer here. He's an outstanding forward. He's converted back so he can help his team. I'll bet you Rod Magnuson, the type of guy he is going to let him play up front so the scouts can see him so he can play in his natural position.
So we're set to go at center ice, and it should be a dandy matchup. That is Iozo and Olander in the face-off circle, and the draw comes back to Gaylor. Angling it around the boards, going to Berthium, trying to clear the zone. Iozo holding it in. Iozo back in behind the net is Andrican right out in front. And moving it in, a shot knocked down, and it's deflected wide of the cage. Hanson fired it, went in behind the net to Iozo. And now it's St. Paul Johnson clearing it out of their own zone. The lead pass is deflected back. Coming over to pick it up is Berthium. Berthium at center ice. Leibel chasing it down to the corner with Hanson. And Leibel took it away right out in front. Wallen with a backhander to goal. Dewey Wallen getting his 54th goal of the year and second of the tournament. And it's 1-0 St. Paul Johnson.
Oh, who else, right? See Dewey Wallen putting the backhander in. It might have been Leibel, made the play down underneath. See it? There he is, Tommy Leibel, the workhorse. Here comes Wallens. Shuffle the backhand in. But Tommy Leibel is really a story by himself. He plays both ends of the rink. There he fights with his puck here. Takes the man out. You see the shot go in. I like Tommy Leibel. I made that in the first game, the comment.
So we have an early score right there as the 54th goal of the year.
Oh, he's a great kid, too.
Isn't that amazing? And the assists go to his line mates.
Tommy Leibel gets one for sure.
Leibel, I guess, is going to get the only assist on that goal right now. And it's set up as St. Paul Johnson has taken an early lead, and they go back to regroup in their own zone. And Fox is out with his line mates of Howe and Fish now. Hibbing trailing 1-0, 22-2-1 of the year. And it's set up now along the boards, trying to turn and angle it around to the far side. Goes over to Barrett. Barrett losing control of the puck, trying to hold his zone. As Hibbing trying to hold his zone, but it's broken out and played in over the blue line. And back going Bryant over to pick it up, tried to wrist it out of the zone. Held it at the point, played down to the corner. And picking it up, taking a shot was Fox in net, or pardon me, Fish steered down to the corner to the far side. 13:33 remaining as it's cleared by Kristoff, held in by Barrett at the point. Knocked down, here's Katani in a 2-on-1 situation. Katani in over the blue line. Katani had it poke checked away. Had a good job defensively there by Petrus.
Boy saved the goal-scoring opportunity with a nice defensive play.
And we have 13:12 remaining here in the first period, 1-0. And it's set up now, trying to bring it out is Fish, angling it on the far boards. The return to Howe, who has 3 goals in this tournament, flipping it in behind Hyduke, who gives it off quickly to Vidmar. Vidmar cross ice on the pass to Gosted. To center ice now in the neutral zone. Hitting down by a goal. Laying it in over the blue line, and Hyduke will knock it down. Hyduke around off in the pass. Bartison quickly on the near boards. Over to Potter, trying to bring it out of the zone, and circling with it is Shermack. Number 15, Shermack goes down, but he got it to Boxmeyer, who quickly hands it off to Bartison, and he'll play it to the blue line. 1-0 the score here in the third place game, but it's put away, and whistle and play will be stopped. And there's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
I can look this man square in the eye and say a TCF pass card checking account is the most useful checking account in town. because I cannot tell a lie either.
Duke in goal for the Hibbing Blue Jackets. The face-off to his left side. And trying to hold the zone now. The puck comes loose along the near boards. And moving it up ice, here's Andrikin. Andrikin with it, coming in over the blue line. Backhanding it down to the corner as DeRose looks out for St. Paul Johnson. And it's flipped around the boards as Larson tried to clear it. And he gets a lead pass, moving it up ice. Wallach tried to catch up with it. Played back in over the line, and an offside will be called there.
The fourth line there. We have Larson centering that line with Tommy Wallach and Schwartz. It looks like Rod Manx is going to try 4, keep him a little fresh. Try some new defensemen. Potter played the last shift along with Pat Baird, who played this shift before that. So he's going to use all his personnel, try to keep them fresh until the game gets maybe a little tighter later on in the game.
And it's set up, and it's a 1-0 game now with 11:57 remaining in the first period. As Bryant goes back for Hibbing. Bryant tried to clear it. Bryant back along the wing on the pass. It goes to, we have a substitution player, Girardi, and he will wear number 16. Girardi, number 16 for Hibbing. And it's cleared to the point of the left side to Berthium holding it in. Berthium with the puck trying to move it into the slot. Berthium had it deflected off the skate. Down to the corner now. And it's controlled, trying to bring it out is Girardi. And the puck is loose at center ice. And coming back in the neutral zone, over to pick it up. And the play ahead going off the stick. And Gazic had it there and lost it. We have 11:15 remaining here in the first period. And Berthium with the puck, backhanding it in over the blue line. It's broken up by Bryant. Bryant found an opening, and he played it up the ice, coming off the board, putting it in. Oh, right out in front, as it was centered from Gazic, and the man in the crease was behind Dembowski there, and the play stopped as DeRose was out of position there.
Well, in the line shift, Gaylor was just coming on, the big sophomore defenseman. So there's a big gap. Here we see it, right in behind, just missed the puck. Johnson got caught in a line shift, actually a defensive shift there, so they were weak on the left side where the play actually was finishing off.
And it's set up along the boards, coming up ice with it now as the Blue Jackets hold it in. Andrikin behind the net, going around over to Peralta in the slot. It was cleared by Olander. 1-0 to score on the goal by Dewey Wallen, played up ice. And moving it up ice is Olander on the lead pass. Leibel and Olander move it in, and the centering pass to Olander just doesn't quite connect. And now Hibbing will move it back the other way. Andrikin trying to pick it up, and striding back goes Barrett. We have a whistle, and an icing is called.
See Leibel making the good play to Olander there. If Olander would have turned himself around.
And the score is 1-0. This is Hockey 84 live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
The good thing about advertising in the newspaper is that your ad gets delivered right to your customer's door. The bad thing about advertising in the newspaper is that may be right where it stays. When people are ready to buy, 80% of them go straight to the yellow pages. So let your ad do the talking where their fingers do the walking.
Bardison with a shot. It was blocked, and moving it up ice now, coming in over the line. They have a man in the slot. Shot, and hit the side of the net and went behind the cage. As it's set up, Zezel and Catani working the wing on the near side, going around the boards. And over to pick it up now, trying to bring it out is Potter along the boards. And we have a 1-0 game as Catani waiting in Zezel. Behind the net, it goes around over to Grillo. There's a good line, Doug.
Yes, a very good line. Worked well together.
And St. Paul Johnson setting it up in their own zone. With it is Bardison. Bardison backhanding it on the lead. It goes to Fish. Fish trying to go cross ice. That's knocked out in a 1-0 game. Whistle and play will be stopped at the blue line.
One thing that happens when you juggle that many players, you don't quite have the flow of the game that you normally have. There's some new defensemen, Larson playing up front. Then you're switching differently, too. The same players you've been accustomed to substituting for aren't in the lineup. There is a little hesitation right now on Johnson's part.
And incidentally, Wallen's goal at 38 seconds was the fastest so far in the tournament this year. And we've had our first overtime, and Roseau winning at 9-8 over Burnsville for the consolation championship.
I think Hibbing has taken the play, even though the score is in Johnson's favor at this point. They've had the better of the opportunities overall.
And the draw comes back in the Blue Jacket zone. And going back is Gostad. Gostad now will lead it out as St. Paul Johnson tries to hold it in. Back on the near wing, setting it up at center ice, and whistle and play will be stopped again with 9:27 remaining here in the first period.
Referee Richard Look had that offside, accurately called. So far the game hasn't gone up and down quite as rapidly as the previous game, but look for it to improve.
Just outside the blue line, we'll have the face-off, and it's played and deflected down to the corner in a 1-0 game. Berthew with it on the near boards, trying to get help to bring it out of the zone, and it's picked up at center ice. With it now is Shermack. Off of the lead pass to Harvey and over the line, trying to skate past Vidmar. Harvey in the corner as Hibbing sets it up to regroup to try and bring it out. And it's a 1-0 game with 9:05 remaining at center ice. And the puck is loose. Coming over is Kasner trying to control. Overskated the puck, and it's played back in the zone of the Blue Jackets of Hibbing. And right there is Mike Vidmar. Vidmar with it now, stick handling. He'll bring it out on the pass to the far wing. And it's flipped down to the left side of DeRose as he looks out in a 1-0 game. And moving it up ice.
Too many guys in the ring. Hibbing's got 2, 6. They got 7 guys in the ring, Hibbing.
And they do, Doc. And coming in over the blue line, and I think they finally seen it there. Anderkin, or did they just whistle an offside? There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Watch the line.
Republic has a warm spot for you. Los Angeles, $349 round trip. Call a travel agent or Republic Airlines.
Well, actually, Hibbing got away kind of cheaply. They had 7 players on the rink.
And they didn't call the penalty, huh?
Didn't see it.
Okay, coming in over the blue line, Anderkin and Marold. As St. Paul Johnson down only by a goal here, and coming back over to pick it up, flipping it around the boards. They try to go off on the pass to Converse with help now as Larson tried to bring it out. Hibbing holding it in. And it's cleared from the slot area in this 1-0 game. That is Converse. Taken away by Marold to the blue line. Whistle, and play will be stopped.
You know, a play like that, there's so many players on the rink, but it just looks different when you add 1 more or 2 more. Something's wrong, and you can pick it up rather quickly when you're up here on top. I mean, you can't count that fast, but something's wrong out there. Then you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th guy, but they didn't see it.
And we'll have the face-off just outside the blue line. We should mention, too, that the load goal of the game by Dewey Wallen was his 90th point of the year. And it's set up, that's a career for some people, Doug.
Yeah, everyone loves it, for sure.
Kristoff back in his own zone, had it taken away by Dewey Wallen, who we were just talking about. As now the Hibbing Blue Jackets set it up to bring it out of their own zone. This is Iozzo. Iozzo 3 points in the tournament is stopped at the blue line by Potter, trying to get some help, and Olander backhanding it out to center ice.
You know, with the number of goals and points that young Wallen has, you got to credit the other Olander and Leibel also for a great season.
And Olander has 47 points of the year. Leibel has 59. And that is Olander with a puck. Look out. Here's Dewey Wallen on a break. He can turn it on, and he did. Shot and a goal. His 55th of the year, his 3rd of the tournament, and 2nd of the day. And it's 2-0.
That's Johnson. We were just talking about the contribution of the other players. Olander sees Dewey on the far side. Beautiful pass. Wallen times it perfectly. Walks in, watch a nice deke. He holds him with the dip, pulls it across. Beautiful goal. He's got 2 of the nicest ones in the tournament so far. Here's Olander's great pass. Wallen times it, stays on the wide side. Approaches the goaltender, head up, dips the shoulder, puts it in. One more shot. Watch his right shoulder. He'll put a little dip in there. Holds that goaltender. That's Johnson's hockey. They wait for the big break. They move the puck. They play to get the good fast break.
So it's a 2-0 game now, and Dewey Wallen has both of the goals, and coming back over is Nikolov. Nikolov with it to Antonio Cantali. Up ice, Antonio Cantali had it poke check from his stick. And in the neutral zone, it's played over the stick of Howe. Howe had it taken away by Antonio Cantali. Cantali and Howe at center ice, played back now to the left side of DeRose as he looks out, wristing it around the near boards. Well, it is Fish trying to backhand and the clearing pass to Berthiaume on the wing to Fox. And Fox picking it up with help. And it's played down to the corner. Going back over is Nikolov. Whistle and play will be stopped. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
In Viking Land, performance like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this can only be found in one place. Your Viking Land Dodge dealer.
6 minutes and 34 seconds remaining here in the first period. And Doug, we've had our first penalty of the game called, and it goes against Bryant of Hibbing, to the man advantage now for St. Paul Johnson. And clearing it is Andrikin on the lead to Iozo. And he'll backhand it down to the corner on the far boards. Going back is Gaylor. And Iozo trying to clear the zone. And it played by Hansen. Backing up to the line. Whistle and play will be stopped on the offside call.
Johnson has not had a prolific power play in this tournament. I think one of the difficulties, they could use a quarterbacking defenseman who could lead the puck up the rink. They get a little disjointed, don't come up together, and have a little problem. But we'll see. They might break it loose today.
In a 2-0 game, 1:40 remaining on the penalty time. And Howe with the puck. Howe now working with the man advantage for St. Paul Johnson. The Governors leading it by a score of 2-0. St. Paul Johnson is 1 of 9 on the power play, and whistle and play is stopped at the blue line of Hibbing.
Greg Shepard, referee, was right on that one. Good call. It'd be nice if Johnson could come back and come up the rink together. The other forwards are out so far, they're standing. To make the long pass to him, the defenseman can just stand up, take him one-on-one. They should be coming up more together.
And puck comes back to the blue line. Over to set it up with it is Larson. Larson now circling. He can play defense. He can play forward. That is Harvey getting over the blue line. Harvey moving it in. And Harvey with a backhander was knocked down and cleared to the boards on the near side.
Larson will lead it. He's the boy who's playing both ways today. He'll be their quarterback now in this particular power play.
And that is Larson, number 7, with the puck, moving past Iozo. Larson up ice. On his left, he's got Fish. Taken away by Andrikin, and he played it back over the blue line of St. Paul Johnson.
You know, Larson's father is a goal judge in the tournament. I think his uncle Franson is in the penalty box, so he can't really win any place in the rink here.
Antonio Catani tried to go to the slot area intended for Zezel, but it's cleared back up ice. 35 seconds remaining at a bad advantage, and it's St. Paul Johnson leading it 2-0. And along the far boards, it's Vidmar with it, turning, trying to bring it out. St. Paul Johnson will hold the zone. They still have the power play with 24 seconds. They have Howe in the slot. They go out in front, up on top on left, and they go to Howe. Behind the net now, and it's set up, and it's played around the boards by Vidmar. In the corner, Vidmar throwing a check along the boards, is trying to work it loose with Fish, and it was cleared out of the zone.
Tommy Howe didn't get down in the corner fast enough to help his forward. Should have doubled on the puck down. They have to get possession of the puck in the offensive zone.
Pardon me, Doug. Bryant is back onto the ice. Both teams at full strength in a 2-0 game. Moving up ice, here's Leibel coming in over the blue line for Wallen, tipped it wide. Wallen in the corner, back to the point of the pass over to Bartison. And Hibbing setting it up now as they come back. And moving it over the blue line, the pass to Vidmar, to Catani, and back to Zezel, and it doesn't work on the passing combination. And it's played along the boards, 2-0 the score. St. Paul Johnson out in front here, whistle, and play will be stopped. With the score 2-0, this is Hockey 84 live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Thinking about how to pay for college? Think TCF. TCF offers college loans for students and parents at below market rates. If you're a Minnesota resident, you can get a student loan to attend any college anywhere in the world. Or your parents can get the loan regardless of their income. So now every family, TCF customer or not, can get a low-rate college loan at TCF. Class dismissed. Hey, don't you wish every class was this short?
We have a power play. Dooley Walling in the interference call. Look for Hibbing to move the puck. Might do some picking. Might do some rotation down in the corners. They've got a good variety power play.
And it comes back to the point on the left side over to Hansen. Hansen just inside the blue line of the pass over to Marolt. Back to Hansen. Hansen working it cross ice, moving it, trying to go to the high slot. It's deflected to Kristoff. Kristoff working the wing down to the corner. Hibbing is down 2-0 here. And it's set up on the far boards. Iozzo with the puck to Kristoff. Kristoff back over to Iozzo, taking aim, shot it wide.
They're picking with the defenseman. See him come in there, Kristoff?
That's Hansen. Iozzo back in the corner with Andrikin. And they have Marolt in the slot. And it's played right out in front. Marolt is there. And Iozzo in the slot. The puck is loose and it is cleared. There's heavy traffic in front of DeRose. Hansen holding it in to Iozzo. On the wing. Back over to Andrikin. Right out in front. DeRose shot, save, knocked down, and it's rejected. Back to the point. To Hansen. To Kristoff. Right out in front. Iozzo with a shot. Whistle and
in the crease, I believe. I think you have Andrikin was standing in the crease. Nice power play. Good movement of the puck. Nice picks. Cross rink passes. Excellent execution. Just couldn't quite get the handle on to put it in the net. A little different if you notice the defenseman, as they moved it across, as Hansen moved it over to Kristoff, he would slide in. Meaning Hansen would slide in. Kristoff would come back towards the Hansen side. They'd have a pick. And then they'd either shoot the puck or go down low with it.
So we have 1:01 remaining here now on the power play situation. 2:05 remaining in the period. And it's played out of the zone with 53 seconds remaining now on the man advantage. And coming up quickly up ice is Zezel. Here's Zezel at center ice to the blue line. Coming in over the line, trying to go around Barrett. Zezel toward the net, right out in front. Shot, and DeRose with a big save.
Beautiful save. Pad save.
And Antonio Catani trying to pick up the return pass, trying to backhand it out of the zone. It was cleared by Gaylor on the lead to Harvey. He's chased by Bryant. And it was set up, and Antonio Catani with the puck for Hibbing. Angle to get off the near boards. It goes to Grillo. It's broken up, and it's played back on the far side to Bryant.
DeRose has been spectacular. Made about 4 big saves.
This is Bryant. Bryant moving it in, and he overskated, and he lost control of the puck, and Gaylor clears it out of the zone.
I think it's safe to say DeRose killed that penalty.
There is Nikolov angling it off the sideboards. Gaylor knocked it down. Goes around over to Grillo. Grillo to Catani. Catani's pass off, coming in over the blue line. A shot by Nikolov. Zezel on the wing trying to hold the zone to Catani just outside the blue line. Got it center ice, picked up. Here's Dewey Wallen in over the line. Drive! And the save by Haidu.
Dewey's had 3 good opportunities. Scored on 2. And then there he had a good slap shot. Got a good blast off. Good save by Haidu. I liked DeRose's play. He really held firm. There was a lot of action around his net. I also really appreciated the types of things that Hibbing was trying to do on their power play. If we get a chance next time, we'll see the picking and the cross lane passing.
And 50 seconds remaining here in the first period. Olander in the face-off circle. Right behind him is Dewey Wallen. Doug, you think he might draw it straight back if he could?
You'd like to.
Yeah, because Wallen was right there. It goes to the point. It's played around the boards, and Olander tried to go to the slot. It's cleared by the Hibbing Blue Jackets, and moving it up ice now. That is Kasner. Get over the line, tied to go to Claudio. Working the wing, and now it's brought out by Bartison.
The speed of the Hibbing forwards is causing Johnson defenseman fits.
And whistle and play will be stopped at the blue line with only 29 seconds remaining in the first period. It is 2-0 St. Paul Johnson out in front. They have a goal by Dewey Wallen at 38 seconds. And another one by Dewey Wallen at 7:46.
These are the kind of periods as a coach that said, geez, we had a pretty good period, but we gave up 2 goals down 2-0. Really, the storming has been at the Johnson net. Johnson has been opportunist. Dewey Wallen having a couple great plays.
St. Paul Johnson playing out of the St. Paul City Conference, and the Iron Range Conference representative is the Hibbing Blue Jackets. And Antonio Catani, Andrikin in the slot, around with Marolt and Iozzo, back to the point, and centered toward the net, and moving it right out in front. Andrikin backhanding it in on DeRose.
Oh, it's another action. DeRose held firm again. There was lots of action there. Dropped the stick. Berthum lost the stick. So they were really undermanned at that point, but DeRose held firm.
16 seconds remaining in the first period.
And it's been really kind of dominated, as we said, by Hibbing, except for the score. Never know, though. You can explode second period, 3-4 goals. Johnson can come back, get a little more rhythm to their game. But the play has been Hibbing's play so far this first period.
And Hibbing has lost only 2 games this year to Edina 5-1 and to Virginia. And it's Iozo back to the point, trying to go to Nikolov, take it away. And Dewey Wallen is upended at the blue line. No penalty called against Bryant, or did they get it, Doug?
Yeah, they have it. That's the threat of Dewey. As soon as they looked like they had possession, he took off. It put Bryant in a bad spot. He had to trip him. But it's
a little late there on the whistle, but yet they called the penalty.
Well, he had it delayed on the far side there, Mr. Lick did, referee Lick. But they scare you to death, the speed that they have. Tough to play defense. you're in that zone, you're playing hard, and all of a sudden they spring that guy, and you're standing flat-footed. Richard Bryant.
Bryant will go in. 14:57 the time of the penalty. And the face-off will come up to the left side of John Hajduk.
I think Rod Magnuson used a wise decision here. Going to pull his tender and try to block with an extra forward. I believe it takes at least 4 seconds to get the puck down the other end.
Well, there's 3 left. It would have to be a shot that would almost have to come directly off the face-off and be at good velocity, wouldn't it?
That's right. I think 4 seconds is a danger, but 3 is pretty safe.
And the face-off now to the left side of Hajduk. And Olander drawing it forward. Iozo played it on the wing, and we have come to the end of the first period of play. And after that period of time, 2 goals by Dewey Wallen, and St. Paul Johnson leads the Governors 2-0.
It has been an opportunist period for the Governors. Dewey Wallen's popped a couple nice passes also. Olander has set him in for the second goal. Nice dekes, but Hibbing has played well. They just have the misfortune of finding a tough goaltender in DeRose. Puck hasn't bounced around the net for them the way they would like, but I'm sure they won't quit. They've got a good scoring operation, and they'll come back and get some goals second, third period, I'm sure.
And now let's go down to Sports Control to Ralph John Fritz and Mark Rosen. Gentlemen.
Very reminiscent, I think, of the Hill Murray-Burnsville game yesterday. Hill Murray led 2-0 after 1 period, but was Hill Murray outplayed by Burnsville, and Burnsville come on to win it 4-2. We'll see what happens in the second period here, Corey.
I've had a chance to watch Hibbing a couple times, Ralph, and both times very impressed with their play operation on the ice. They really have a feel for what they want to do. They have trouble finishing around the net at times. Perhaps they got a little bit too cute. Instead of shooting the puck, they were trying to make the perfect play, but I'm sure they'll keep putting on the pressure as we go on to the second period. Tom Hanneman is ringside with the head coach of the Minnesota Gophers. Tom?
That's right, Mark. Brad Mueller. Of course, this is recruiting time, and Brad is always at the state high school hockey tournament looking around. There are so many individuals at this tournament that have been impressive. Can you mention a few of them? I know you're concerned about passing over.
Well, I think it's certainly a great tournament, and I hate to mention a few that I might miss some. Just been some great kids. It's only unfortunate we only have a couple of scholarships, and we'd like to get some more kids. There's some great hockey players out there, and we're talking to some young men that we will be talking to in the next week or so. We like to wait until after the tournament. That's our policy. We don't like to distract the young man or the coaches, and respect to their job, and that's why we'll be talking to them in the next week or so.
Well, let me ask you then about, to begin with, Paul Broughton. Your thoughts about him?
Well, Paul's really a unique person. We'd certainly like to have Paul. He's a very fine athlete, very fine person, a great family. And we had great success with Aaron and Neil, and we'll certainly be talking to Paul.
Any indications, any thoughts in your heart whether or not he would like to become a Gopher?
Well, we haven't talked to him really in length. Again, we're waiting until things die down here. We didn't want to distract from them. They won a fine consolation championship along with a few other men and some people that aren't in the state tournament. There's some quality people that did not make the state tournament, but it's really fun being here. And the bottom line is that kids get scholarships and get a chance to go to school, and whether it be in Minnesota or many of the other fine schools.
Brad Buto, thanks so much. Back to Sports Control.
Well, Tom, I'm sure Brad Buto would just soon be at Williams Arena this afternoon playing in the WCHA Championship. Before we go on, we'd like to offer our congratulations to a gentleman who has been with WCCO Television for 32 years, a senior technician, Hugh Murray, who will be retiring at the end of April. And Hugh, it's been a pleasure. There you are, way upstairs. Hugh, it's been a pleasure working with you, and I think I can speak for all your fellow co-workers here at WCCO to wish you the best of luck, Hugh. You deserve it. Hugh Murray of WCCO.
How many years? 32?
32 years. That's how old I am, Ralph.
Well, I didn't know Hugh was that old.
He's a youngster, tiring young. This is
Hockey 84.
Continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Remember how great chocolate malts used to taste? Thick, creamy, smooth, rich chocolate, mild and mellow malt flavor. Kemp's brings it all back in Kemp's Chalet malted milk. Real ice cream with the special goodness of a chocolate malt. Dish it, blend it, but don't miss it. Kemp's Chalet malted milk, a new Kemp's ice cream flavor that tastes as good as you think it will.
Introducing Dodge Daytona, Daytona Turbo, Daytona Turbo Z. Cars that will revolutionize your perspective of the American road. Standard 550 protection, fuel injected, front wheel drive, and 2 models turbocharged. The revolutionary Daytonas from Dodge. The American road will never look the same again.
We are Dodge and America's revolution.
Banks just love to give away toasters. But if you're reinvesting certificate money this month, TCF thinks you deserve more, like RCA TVs, Panasonic stereo tape recorders, Olivetti typewriters, and more. 20 big gifts. Your choice, free with a qualifying deposit in a 30-month certificate. TCF 30-month certificates, high guaranteed rates, and more than just a toaster.
St. Paul Johnson leading Hibbing by the score of 2-0 in the battle for third place here at the State High School Hockey Tournament. They are after 1 period of play, and it was the Dewey Wallen show in the first period, Ralph.
Well, it was when Hibbing wasn't applying the pressure, Mark. Dewey got the first one here. He's number 12 for St. Paul Johnson. 90th point, 54th goal. Made it 1-0 early in the game at 38 seconds.
No chance for John Hyduke there.
No chance whatsoever. The second goal also scored. Well, let's take one more look at that first goal. It's a pretty one. 38 seconds, as you said. 1-0 for St. Paul Johnson. The second one was on the fast break. The long pass. Dewey Wallen is right there, and that's the type of play that Johnson has gone with all year long. They look for that fast break. Nice deke there, and then his 55th goal to make it 2-0 for the Johnson Governors. They are explosive. They average 8.2 goals per game, and Dewey Wallen, as we said, had 50 earlier this year. Now, of course, he's up to 55 and 90 points on the year.
And Ralph, that's the beauty of not having to play with the red line in high school hockey. They get those long passes, get the fast break pass, so to speak, and it provides a lot of exciting plays.
It's a much more wide open game. The fans love it. I know I like it.
It's a great game. Well, I don't know if we're going to have a repeat of that 9-8 game from the first game, but again, I think Hibbing has proven that they are an explosive team. I don't think Johnson will shut them out, although Tim DeRose is something else to watch in goal for Johnson. At 5'4", we saw what he could do against Hill Murray the other night.
Well, we talk about the explosiveness of St. Paul Johnson. Hibbing averages 8 goals plus per game, so they also can score.
Live from the St. Paul Civic Center, this is continuing action of the St. Paul State High School Hockey Tournament.
In investments, it is the quality of knowledge, service, and expertise that makes Merrill Lynch Merrill Lynch. So isn't it reassuring to find the same professionalism at Merrill Lynch Realty? Today's real estate market requires the kind of thoughtful guidance we put into the delicate nuances of financing and value to provide you with an unparalleled sense of security. Talk to the people at Merrill Lynch Realty and see why we are the Merrill Lynch of realtors.
Dear Republic Airlines, you'll never believe this. I had dashed to Memphis Airport with just moments to make my flight. Your people sped me through and I was off and running. Even so, I'd never have made it with all my carry-on bags, but for your gate agent, Gene Welch, who grabbed a wheelchair. Well, I did make the gate and my plane, all thanks to Republic people who really went out of their way.
Every year, Republic gets thousands of letters that really say the same thing. Nobody serves our Republic like Republic.
Let's see, beef bouillon with potatoes lyonnaise or hamburger and fries. You know, it's nice to have a choice. Like the choice TCF gives you on installment loans. You can choose between a fixed interest rate loan or the lower monthly payments of a variable interest rate installment loan. Your choice. No wonder folks are singing the praises of TCF.
Five long years, or 50,000 tough miles. That's the kind of warranty protection Dodge now offers on its full-size pickups and Ram Chargers. 5 years or 50,000 miles on engine and powertrain, same as you'll find on domestic Dodge cars. Plus, 5 years or 100,000 miles on outer body rust-through. which makes Dodge the best backed truck in America. At Dodge, we don't just say our trucks are tough. We prove it.
Guaranteed Ram tough truck. See your Viking Land Dodge dealer for warranty details.
Well, we're back at the St. Paul Civic Center, and earlier, Mark, a very controversial goal that ended the consolation championship. Rosa won it in overtime, 9-8. Sean Busey scored that goal, and a lot of people are still buzzing about it here. Was it knocked in by the glove of Busey or not? Well, Tom Hanneman of our staff spoke with Busey after the game.
Okay, let's, to begin with, clear up the controversy that surrounded the game-winning goal for Rosa. What happened?
Well, we just started changing lines, and the puck was laying in center ice, and Tom Peterson picked it up. We went in 3-on-2, me and Tom and Lyle Dahlgren, and Tom passed it over to Lyle, and he took the shot, and the puck went up high and hit me in the chest and came down. And then I think they were complaining that the posts are off, but one of the other players pushed me from behind, and I was the one that knocked the post off, so the puck was in before that.
There was also a question whether or not the puck was batted in.
No, it happened fast, but when Lyle shot it, I jumped back kind of because, you know, the puck was coming up high towards me, and it hit me in the chest and just rolled down into the net. So there was no doubt about it that it was a good goal. It was a garbage goal, but it went in.
Sean Busey of Winning Roseau, they win at 9-8 in overtime. We spoke with the goal judge, Mark, and the goal judge said, had they asked me about it, I would have said that the goalpost came off of the moorings before the puck went in. However, the referee is the final decision in that case. He thought that the puck went in ahead of the post coming off, so therefore he said it is a goal.
And he made that immediate decision, did not even bother talking with the goal judge because he felt he was in a better position at that time.
Exactly.
So obviously it stands. Rosa wins the game 9-8. Well, just getting to the state tournament is quite an accomplishment. For the coaches, it has meant months of driving home the basics of hockey. Jim Gately and veteran coach Doug Woog have a report on the various styles of play and some examples of proper execution.
All the teams in the state tournament are obviously very good at the fundamentals, but there are some differences in style. Of the 8 teams in the tournament, 5 use the basic North American style.
You have Edina, Burnsville, Kennedy, Hill Murray, and St. Cloud Apollo. In the traditional style, the wings will play up and down their lanes, and the center will move across occasionally, but they'll move up and down the rink basically in their lanes.
Roseau is a little bit different.
Roseau will move across. They'll anticipate and share some of the responsibilities around the rink.
We also have to look at 2 fast skating teams in Hibbing and Johnson. How would you describe their style?
Distinctly different, much more European. They'll go to the openings, there'll be a lot of interchanging and a lot of weaving.
No matter what style a team uses, the key is obviously execution. We're going to start looking at the basic breakout play, something that's done every day in practice. The defenseman swings around the net, looks up, hits the wing on the post, and then the winger passes to the center, who's skating out, and the offense is on its way.
Defenseman has the puck. He's going to pass to the posted winger. He'll pass to the center, and out they come.
The next fundamental in the North American style is skating your lanes. That's where the right wing basically stays on the right side, the center remains pretty much in the middle, and the left wing stays over on the left side.
Right wing has the puck, in the right lane, passes all the way over to the left, centers in the middle, number 6, walks in, shoots, and scores.
And of course, forechecking is very important. That's when you're trying to prevent the other team from breaking out of their own end.
First forecheck, you see one man coming, second man to support, using only 2 players. This forecheck will be a little more aggressive, using 2, possibly 3 forwards in on the forecheck. The next replay will show all 3 blue forwards in on the play, deep in the zone, resulting in a goal.
Of course, if the opposition does get the puck out of their own zone, the key then is back-checking.
Yeah, it's very important that the defensive forward picks up the offensive forward so he cannot score or get the puck. Number 7, you'll see him pick up number 14 in the white, follow him right to the net until the play is over. Here he gets inside position, watches the man, gets an eye on the puck until the play is completed, and gets back into the offensive play. Here you see an on-back check forward, getting the puck and putting it away cleanly for a goal. The ability to skate is still one of the most important ingredients for hockey success. Both systems can be effective. The key to it is execution. Each has responsibilities, and the players must carry out these responsibilities. Both systems are effective.
I have one remaining question, though. How come those kids skate a lot faster than we used to, or that I used to?
Well, I think their training methods are much better. The coaching is better. all-around hockey development has advanced very, very much in this country.
I'm glad there wasn't something wrong with us.
Talent has something to do with it, Jim. We should report that
Yeah,
to
come on, Jim.
A pair of Dewey Wallen goals makes it 2-0 Johnson over Hibbing for third place. We're between the first and second period. This is Hockey 84 continuing coverage of the 1984 State High School Hockey Tournament.